evening, everyone. This evening we have an exclusive interview with crypto's notorious rug puller. To my right, I'm joined by. Actually, how should we address you today? What should we call you?
Well, I'd like to go by Mr. Rugg.
Okay, I like Mr. Rug. Well, kind of, sort of, but anyways. So, first question I have for you is, how did you get involved with crypto?
Well, it's been about a year now, and I was investing in these projects or protocols, and I got took at least a handful of times, and just made the decision right then and there, that I was gonna be doing the taking from now on. It just seemed so easy, so here we are.
Understandable. All right, the second question I had for you, Mr. Rug, is what projects were you recently a part of?
We'll see. I can't disclose that information at this time. Maybe when I get done with all these rug pulls, I might leave a list for y'all to see one day. But as of right now, I'm not going to disclose that information on camera.
All right, so the third question I have for you is how long do you plan to take advantage of these innocent, hardworking people?
Well, as long as this space continues not to be regulated, then I will keep continuing to do my thing.
All right. Okay, so how much time do you think you actually invest in these protocols before you decide to launch them?
Well, I would have to say no time really. You just come up with the name of a project. You designate the chain that you want to run the project on, and you just come up with an auditing company that you're going to use, whether that be, Ray Charles auditing company or something, and then backdoor that with, he didn't see nothing or he never found nothing wrong with the protocol. So, just those are the simple steps that I would take in the beginning, and then once I get that established, then I would start reaching out to big influencers and emailing them, telegramming them. Then I'd create a Telegram group and, have a logo created and just, once those guys do a review of the project that's coming out, I might create, give or take 20 or 30 fake telegrams so that way the group already has them, a handful of people in the group when the influencers, check it out and stuff. But the moment they show those videos, over the project and stuff, then they just blow up. I have the guys, I'll announce there's a pre-sale going to be going on, and change your profile picture to the logo, and just spam the shit out of the telegrams and the Twitters, and most of these guys will pretty much do anything, to get in on the pre-sale. So it's kind of a no-brainer, just once that's in the process, it really carries itself. So all in all, I would say maybe a week, 2 weeks time total before I get the plan going and before it's established and before I launch this thing.
And to top that question off, exactly how much money do you think you've gotten away with from these rug pulls?
Well, I would say it just depends. Sometimes I would get these guys to buy in on a pre-sale and have a hard cap of 100,000, 75,000, 200,000, just depends. And sometimes just take the pre-sale money, not even launch the project, or have the project launched. Once it's launched, wait till the liquidity is well over $1 million, and come up with the reason or the statement that it was exploited somehow, or there was a loophole or something in the contract. And so all in all, anywhere between 75,000 to a couple $1 million at a time.
Well, that concludes today's interview. Mr. Rugg, thank you very much for your time, and we do appreciate it.
I'd rather not COVID. No.
Okay, well, thank you very much, sir. Y'all have a good evening, everyone.
What's up, everybody? So I hope you guys like that little comedy skit that I put together for y'all. I was trying to bring some laughter into this whole thing. I know that you invest your money in something and it's not what you thought it was, and your money's gone, it sucks. Like, I completely understand that. I've been involved with rug pulls myself multiple times, and it does suck. We all say do your own research, right, before you put your money somewhere. But in reality, unless you personally know that person or those developers or the team that's involved with the protocol itself, it's kind of hard to say in general that this thing is going to last, right? A lot of these guys aren't doxed, a lot of these guys aren't KYC'd, and it makes it easier for them to do this to people and steal your money and take your money and take advantage of people. But something I want to point out, that even though they are doxed or KYC'd, it doesn't mean that that's going to stop somebody from doing this to people. The most important thing I want you guys to get from this is investing your money into crypto, especially these high risk projects. It's very dangerous, and it can be very dangerous. Just know that when you are investing into stuff like this, that when we tell you that it is risky, we mean it. I mean it. I've had my money taken from me a few times in projects, and it's not fun. It sucks. Luckily for me, thankfully for me, I have a good job that I do work with, and a great company that I work for. So I'm employed full time with what I do for a living. I do have a backing financially that I have an opportunity to do this stuff. Now I'm using crypto in these projects because I'm trying to gain financial freedom and stability with it in general. Okay. I'm very blessed with what I do. I'm thankful for the job that I have. I like it. It's a great career. I'm not just saying I want to shun that away with this, but the point is, everything that you invest, make sure, right, you hear it all the time, that you're willing to lose that money. Even though nobody's willing to lose that money, just keep in the back of your head and know for a fact that you might not keep that money and you might not see it again. So nothing's promised in this world in general, but especially there's nothing promised when it comes to crypto. Crypto is still very new, or DeFi is very new. Crypto's been around since the original OG Bitcoin, right? Since 2008 is when it started. But smart contracts they've started to develop more, and these guys are coming out from the woodworks, right? I mean, I think like right now it's miner season. If we're all familiar with the baked beans and stuff, they're literally coming out with miners with different chains and stuff, like every day and every week. And there's clones and there's forks of that and all that good stuff. Not saying these projects don't work and they can't work, but be safe with your money that you're investing, guys. Know the risk. Take it all with a grain of salt. And if you happen to lose money, just know that you are willing to lose that money. And it is what it is. But keep pushing, keep trying, keep looking, do more research. Try to understand the slang and the terminology that you hear in these chats and all that, and ask questions. There's a lot of good educated people that can help you with this as well. And just YouTube a lot. As much as you can. If you got questions, buy a book, read a book, Google everything. So much that you can find out with Google as well. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to find out everything there is about these people that are making these projects and protocols and all that good stuff. But if you got to read code, cool, read the code. If there's something wrong with it, okay, or just if you want to get that in depth. Me personally, I'm not getting that in depth with it. I don't know how to read code. I didn't go to school for it. I don't plan on it, but it could help if you wanted to really fully understand a project and how solid the code is, right? Instead of just taking everybody's word for it. And all these auditing companies, like in the skit, we talked about the audited by Ray Charles, and he didn't see nothing or he didn't find nothing. It's literally some of these auditors just be auditors or companies, or or they could be early auditors too. So when we say do your own research, literally try to research as much as you can about that protocol. The people, the auditors that are involved, if you're on the code side and you want to learn the side about the code or whatever, if you want to research the code, cool, research the code too. But find out the history with these developers, how many successful projects, even failed projects. There's another project that's actually happening right now. Seifu, that it's by Brian Legend. If I'm not mistaken, I think he changed his name to his last name. But Brian Legend he is public, right? His face is behind his protocol and his project. It's an auto staking project. I did invest into the project when it first, I think the third day after its launch, and it did fantastic. It did great. I made I sold, right? I did sell it, but I made $500 off of my investment, and that was at that time, that was what I felt was right. Okay, you can make money off these projects. You don't have to invest necessarily in just hodl or just stake until a year or 2 years or whatever these projects are set to do. You don't have to do that. If you want to just make some money, then you can flip the coin. That's personally, you are the investor. That's your money. Do with what you want to do with it. But so he had two failed companies, right? And when he came out with Seifu, people were just, talking so many bad things about this guy, right? And it's a scam. It's this, it's that. Well, it's been running really solid for the last month, maybe month and a half or so, like that. A few weeks now, right? A little over a month. And it's doing great. It's doing successful. And now you've got copycats that are copying him and using some of his, because he's a fork of Titano, okay, and Libero. But now he's actually came up with a fire pit, a burn pit to really keep the token circulation or the token supply deflationary. So just like I think he's figuring out some kinks, but he's publicized his face. He's got his own YouTube channel. Go check him out at Brian Legend, or just type in Seifu. It'll probably pull you up to Brian Legend. But he does AMAs visually. His whole face, you can see this guy. He's from Australia. If you want to check him out, check him out. But that's one person that is completely right out in the public. Okay, so he's had two failed projects previously, but he came out with this one. People invested in it, and it's working. Okay, so you can't always take a failed project from somebody else to say that their next project is not going to work. There's no possibility, because there's a track record right now proving so far that this one is actually working and doing good. It's not promised. You don't know. It would suck for him to do all this that he's doing with his face, and then something happens, right? But I think if the guy wanted to rug the project, he would rug the project by now. Okay, so that being said, guys, I just do your research. Take this video with a grain of salt. It's a joke, okay? But it's also very serious, and this is what happens daily and weekly, monthly, whatever, right? But I'll upload a video about a project that was recently rugged, and also another one that I got rugged on too, so y'all can have some backstory of which project it was, to be exact. But all right, guys.